Hi guys, Nathan Middle Down Under here. Time for a bit of a Sunday night update. Got a little bit to show, so I'm not going to beat about the bush. Hope you're all doing well out there in the vinyl community, all looking after one another. What's playing in the background today is a bit of 3000 AD. The album is called The Void. Came out in 2019, 2020. Local New Zealand band here. Crossover thrash. Really good stuff. I've sent this out in a few VCL2s over the last couple of years, but never owned myself a copy until recently. But yeah, very happy to finally have the CD. 3000 AD and The Void, so I hope you enjoy that bit of New Zealand metal playing in the background. Now, the first four bands I'm going to show all have a link to one another, and you'll see what I mean when I show them. First one is a 2022 release. This is a new band put together. The band is called New Horizon. The album's called Gate of the Gods, and this features Eric Gronwell and Jonah T. Now, Jonah T is in the band Heat. On this album, he plays the keyboards, guitars, and bass. And Eric Gronwell used to be in the band Heat, now in Skid Row. But yeah, this is a fantastic album. Been a huge fan of Eric vocals. From going back to 2010, a great vocalist, and Jonah T does a fantastic job on this album as well. Now this is power metal, nothing like Heat, which is more hard rock, but yeah, fantastic stuff. They had a few clips out on YouTube, checked them out, thought, that's killer. I was going to grab the vinyl, but yeah, ended up just going for the CD. Came a bit of a crack case, but that doesn't matter. Came out on Frontiers, as I said, 2022. Yeah, really good modern power metal, European power metal. Fantastic musicianship on this album, and yeah, really good stuff. So check out New Horizon, brand new band if you haven't heard of them before and you like Eric's vocals. Next one, the brand new album from the band Heat, featuring the original singer who came back for this album, Kenny Lacrimo, great vocalist in his own right. I will say I do prefer Heat with Eric on vocals, but yes, yeah, superb hard rock album, really good stuff. 2022 release, really cool cover with the photos of the band. The back there came out on Air Music, and it's a gatefold, and we have a picture of the band there, and there is Lacrimo there. So he was on the first two Heat albums, and then Eric took over, but he just left for this album, and I'm really enjoying it. They put out Back to the Rhythm nationwide as singles, and I really enjoyed them, so I grabbed the vinyl version of this, and pretty sure it just came on black, but here we have lyrics and a little bit of a liner notes, not much there, and yeah, on black wax. Yeah, very happy to have the brand new Heat album. Really good release from Heat. Definitely not my favourite from the band, but still a fantastic listen. And yeah, if you like Heat, there's no reason not to like this particular album. Great stuff. Had it for quite some time now. Just obviously my inbox is quite full, so I hadn't had a chance to show it. But yeah, Heat, did I say the name of it? I don't. Force Majeure is the name of the album, and it says it right there. But really good stuff. And then talking about Skid Row, picked up the latest release, The Gang's All Here. Now this album to me is phenomenal. Definitely one of my albums of the year. After Slave to the Grind, I lost complete interest in Skid Row. Wasn't a fan of Subhuman Race at all. They changed their style, and it wasn't for me, and I just gave up on Skid Row. But when I heard Eric joined the band, I thought, yeah, I've got to pre-order the album. Even before I'd heard a single song, I pre-ordered it right back at the start, and I'm so glad I did, because this kicks ass. On a number of tracks, he actually sounds somewhat like Sebastian and the Slave to the Grind era. In actual fact, some of these songs could have fitted quite nicely on their second album, Slave to the Grind, especially the first song, Hell or High Water. That is definitely my favourite song on here. Really good stuff. The only song that I'm not absolutely smitten on would be number 4, Time Bomb. Love the song, just the chorus can get a little bit on your nerves. But yeah, apart from that, really kick-ass album from Skid Row. Who knew that in 2022 they would be relevant again? And all I've heard pretty much is good reviews of this album. A few people who are stuck in the past and think that if it's not Sebastian, it's not Skid Row. I thought that for a long time, but this album is absolutely phenomenal, and yeah, definitely make my end of year list. Eric just brings Skid Row back, that's for sure. So do check out Skid Row if you're a bit hesitant, but I love it. So glad to have it. And there's the band there, and there's Eric with a sneak grin there on his face. Now people became aware of him when he was on one of the Idol shows over in Europe, and at his audition he actually sung 18 and Look to Life from Skid Row, and yeah, and now look where he is. He's actually in Skid Row. This came out on white wax, and this one also came out on Air Music, as did The Heat. So yeah, very happy. We have lyrics on that side, and I've showed before, band picture, but yeah, really good album. Can't speak highly enough about it. I will say that the ballad, can't remember the name off the top of my head, is definitely not as good as the ballads that they put out on the first 2, but still a really good listen, and yeah, very happy with the new Skid Row. Definitely on top, near the top of my list. Not right at the top, but it'll definitely be there. And then speaking about old Skid Row, I picked up Sebastian Bach's solo album, Kicking and Screaming. I'm pretty sure this one came out in 2011 on Frontiers. I actually never realised Frontiers had been around for that many years, but this is coming in black wax. It's quite hard to get in out of the sleeve, but there we have a picture of Sebastian on there. Really good album. I remember the first song I ever heard on here was the title track, Kicking and Screaming, but I just never got round to finding a copy of the album. The other guys in the band I'd actually never heard of before. You have Bobby Dromsbick and Nick Sterling. Yeah, no idea about those two guys, whether they've been in other bands or not, but yeah, really good hard rock album with Sebastian on vocals. And there we have another picture of Sebastian and the lyrics. I've got one other Sebastian Bach album on CD. Can't recall the name of it right now, but it's definitely not as good as this one in my opinion. So very happy. I picked this album up along with another vinyl, just to make it a little bit cheaper, and I'm so happy that I did. Only thing is, it's a very big, thick sleeve, and my outer sleeves are a bit too tight for it, but I'll get there. I'll do it later. Now we've got another CD here. This is a brand new band once again, and also on Frontiers. We have the Aaron Yes, and this actually came signed by Justine which is here. This is a more symphonic, sort of like rock metal. It also features Justine's in the band Eloise, Nicoletta, who's from Italy. She's in Walk in Darkness. Justine's actually from France. And then you have Miho, I think it's Miha Lin from the band Semblant, who is also on Frontiers. They had a new album come out this year too, which is phenomenal. And yeah, very, very happy to have this. I actually haven't listened to the full album yet. I've heard the 3 tracks that they've actually put out. Really, really enjoyed them. And yeah, very, very happy to have this. And really can't wait to spin it. But what I also got with this, which I forgot to grab, it won't be a second. Also came with a signed picture from Eloise. I actually bought this from her personal website rather than Frontiers, and yeah, very, 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 very happy to have it. And yeah, love all 3 vocalists, so I'm bound to enjoy the rest of the tracks on this album. Trying to get the book out. There's the girls there. Let's have pictures there. She's out of Semblant. Justine out of Eloise. And Nicoletta out of Walk in Darkness. But yeah, can't wait to spin this. Very, very happy. When she signed it, she actually signed the jewel case, so I have to look after the jewel case so I don't break it. But that's okay, that's what it is. Wasn't expecting it to come signed, so yeah, it was an added surprise. So yep, Erin S, just self-titled. Bit of a project, obviously, Frontiers put together with the artist, but yeah, killer stuff. Now we have a bit of more symphonic power metal, the latest album, 2022 release from Visions of Atlantis, and the album's called Pirates. Great album, takes off where the last one left off. Double wax. This actually features one of my favourite songs of the year, and that is its first track on side B. The song is called Clocks. Absolutely phenomenal symphonic metal song. Really, really cool artwork there. It's a little bit grainy on my tablet, but yep. And we have really good artwork there of the ship, and we have a bit of a write-up. This one came with lyrics. Yes, it did. We have lyrics there, lyrics there. This one came out. My favourite label, Napalm Records, it's it, 2022. I still need to pick up their last album, and it's going pretty, you can pick it up for pretty cheap, so I will pick it up one day. But yeah, very, very happy with the Visions of Atlantis, and double black wax. Actually, it's only 3 sides. The fourth side is a etching on it. You might not be able to see very well, probably can't, but you sort of see that there's something on there. But yeah, not all that exciting, but yeah, good stuff. Had this for some time too, ever since it was released. Trying to pick up most of my stuff now from Amazon US, as I haven't had any issues with them so far. Always comes very well packed and without warps. And yet, the stuff I buy from Europe always seems to come with warps these days, especially AFM and Frontiers. Napalm's generally pretty good, but of late, when I have bought stuff from them, because I can't get it on Amazon, they have come with a little bit of a warp, which is damn annoying. But yeah, this one doesn't, because I bought it on Amazon, and you're very, very happy to have it. Visions of Atlantis and Pirates. Next one, a bit of hardcore. we have the latest effort from Billy Bio, 2022 release. This is his second solo album. Now, if you're not aware who Billy Bio is, it is the lead guitarist, or the guitarist and the vocalist from the band Biohazard, who you all guys know I absolutely love. This came on it came on Grey Wax, 2022 release, AFM Records. I love his vocals, always did when he was in with his Biohazard stuff. He does the more rappy in a way. It's not rap, but it's very melodic and very catchy and stuff in Biohazard. In the middle we just have vocals. There is Billy there. Billy Grizzoldi is his name. Yeah, so very, very happy to have this. I don't own his debut solo album yet, but once again that's going pretty cheap too, so I will pick it up. But yeah, nothing else in there. As I said, AFM Records 2022. Not a huge fan there of the cover art, but yeah, play the cover there. But yeah, this was limited to 100 copies on silver, so very happy to have that particular version. You all know I love my Biohazard, and yeah, get that. Very, very happy. Had this for a few months too. Actually haven't spun it in a little while, but I need to rectify that and get it on the turntable again. So Billy Bio, and this one is called Leaders and Liars. So check out his solo work if you're interested in a bit of hardcore, New York hardcore that is. How many have we got left? We've got 3. Now we have a bit of melodic death metal from Amon Amarth, the Great Heathen Army, brand new album this year, 2022 release. Really dig that cover art there. This features a song on called Saxons and Vikings, which actually features the band Saxon, and that is a fantastic track. Along with one of my other favourites would be Find a Way or Make One. Great melodic death metal there. And The Serpent's Trail, the last track on the album, is absolutely superb. Very, very happy to have this. This is actually the first one, a Amon Amarth album I've ever actually bought. Heard all that stuff, but yeah, just never got round to buying it. And it's really awesome artwork there too. It's a fold it there. Yeah, really, really cool artwork there. So I was very, very happy to pick up the vinyl because the artwork is just superb. Something rattling around in there. Oh, we just have a little bit of a flyer there with a download from Bandcamp. So if anybody wants that, first and first served, of course. Yep, I'll leave it there for a second so you can read that. Yeah, so yeah, came out Metal Blade 2022. So yeah, and even on the inside of the sleeve, you won't be able to see, but it comes on the inside with the picture as well. So yeah, very, very well put together package. And this came out on a, let's say, dried blood marbled vinyl, triple gatefold jacket. But there we have the colour there. It definitely looks a little bit lighter in the video than it actually is in person. But yeah, great album from these guys. I really do need to get off my chuff and pick up some of the other stuff. Eventually I will, when I come across it. I'm not going to go out of my way to find it from overseas. But if I find it here in New Zealand, I will definitely pick up some more Amon Amarth. But right now I would say that this will definitely be in my top list somewhere this year. What number yet? I don't know. It's going to take a fair bit of working out because I've picked up so many new releases this year. But yeah, great album. Next one, this just arrived on the doorstep 2 days ago, as the latest, the second album from the Cheers Kane. This album is fantastic. Your 80s inspired hard rock. Now if you like the band Vixen, you'll really enjoy Cheers Kane, and this takes off from the last album. Same style exactly, and this one came signed, which was awesome, signed to me. What's cool, it's got this sort of like ring wear, and it's actually got like an old price sticker on there, but it actually says the date the album came out, 21st of the 10th, 22. And yeah, love this album. It also came with, I forgot about that as well, also came with a thank you card from Cheers as well. So that's an awesome little bonus there. This is a few people who've had issues with getting their vinyl from Frontiers. It's come damaged, but I actually bought this from Cheers Kane, and it came very well packed. And yeah, problem is, some of the people who bought it from Frontiers and their copies got damaged, mainly the covers. They can't get a replacement because it is completely sold out. So yeah, I know it's completely sold out on her website. Pre-orders went up and they were gone very, very quickly. And this came up on a grey silver, a little bit of marble in there, double vinyl, and this was an exclusive to Cheers Kane's personal website. She is out of the UK, and it came out on Frontiers, of course. Yeah, she's originally in the band Caned, which have both those albums with her two other sisters. And this album is written and produced by Danny Rexon. Now, if you're unfamiliar with him, he is the lead vocalist in the band Crazy Licks. Yeah, so I'm very, very happy to have the latest album from Cheers Kane. Came very, very quick too from the UK. I generally expect stuff from Amazon maybe a week after its release, but from the UK it could take up to a month or two, but this came in a week. So yeah, very, 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 very happy to have that. Put it away later, so I'm not mucking you guys around. Don't want the video to take too long. We'll be going for 23 minutes. One left. Now this is a bit of death thrash. We have Schizophrenia. Now, I'm actually not sure. I did actually look up where these guys were from, but I've actually forgotten. And I only looked up yesterday, and I've forgotten already. So yeah, showing my age. This album is called Recollections of the Insane. Yeah, as I said, death thrash. This one came a little bit warped, but still plays okay. Doesn't affect my needle too much, doesn't skip or anything. Just on your black wax. Really good stuff. Now this album is a lot heavier than their last EP, which was more thrash orientated. This has got a bit more death metal orientation in it. Still thrash, a heavy thrash at that. Has some blast beats in it, but yeah, superb album. Otherwise I wouldn't have picked it up. And now on the inside, this could almost be mistaken as a black metal band looking at the artwork. And we have lyrics, love their band logo. And then we have pictures of the band. One guy's wearing a Master shirt, another guy wearing a Morbid Angel, and a guy wearing Death Human shirt. Which I was just listening to the other day, in actual fact. Yep, really good stuff. Heavy as thrash. On the verge of death metal in places, hence why it's called death thrash. You look at the band up online and it's always classed as death thrash. This came out, I think this might have been in self-released. I'm not sure, I can't remember where I bought it from. I've had it for a while now. But got delayed. CD came out, but the vinyl got delayed, and it took a few extra months for this to arrive. We're very, very happy it did. Unfortunately, a bit of a warp in it. But that is what it is these days. I'm used to that. It's weird, all the second-hand stuff I get from back in the 80s or early 90s, no warp in them at all, and they're as thin as anything. It's all the 180 gram stuff seems to come warped, but I'll stop going on about that. I've spoken about it in a number of videos now. Must be bored with it. But yep, Schizophrenia, Recollections of the Insane, great album from these guys, and yeah, want to pick up more. Not exactly sure on their catalogue. I think they may have just had the one EP previous to this. Not 100% sure, but yeah, good album. So yep, that's my list. What I've got to show this week. Yeah, a bit of hard rock, bit of death metal, bit of thrash metal, bit of power metal, bit of hardcore. It's all in there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye for now.